Okay, the recording has started. Welcome everyone to our first curriculum committee meeting for the year. I'd like to call the meeting to session February 2nd, 2:33 p.m. First item we're going to do is vote on the minutes from December 1st, 2022. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor of the minutes? Raise your hand.
Who seconded, please?
Rob Connor,
Rob.
Susie.
Thank you.
Are we good, Susie, enough?
Sorry, I was writing. Let's see.
Well, some of the people did lower their hands already. Would you want me to have them raise their hand again?
No, that's fine. We have enough.
Okay. Okay, lower your hands. Thank you. One item. Very happy about this. One item. We have can I have a motion for item 23-1 C217D Radiology Technology AAS revision?
So moved.
Second? Second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. I think it was Rob. Thank you. We have a revision of the Radiology Technology AAS, and you see on your screen, the prerequisite language has changed, as well as we are moving RAS 260 from semester 4 to semester 3, and RAS 253 from semester 5 to semester 4. Rationale was provided for this online in Watermark, and I do believe I saw Mary here at least at some point. Yes, I believe she's here.
I am here, thank you.
Mary, could you tell us a little bit about the prereq change?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. I'm in my office, so the prerequisite change it all came about. You mean from moving the courses from one semester to another?
And there was just a little bit of prerequisite language change, I believe, as well.
Yeah, it was simply changed just so that it read a little more clearly, and so that it was better formatted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the biggest part of that. The prerequisites are still the same. The gen eds are still the same.
Okay. And then I do believe I saw in the rationale that based on feedback from the advisory board, the classes were switched from semesters.
Correct. We found that by taking radiographic pathology, that RAS 260, and moving it into the summer course, the students were able to more focus on pathology because they only have their clinical internship throughout the summer. So that's the one course that they take. The scores were higher. They had a better retention of the material. And then by moving RAS 260 to the summer, we were able to take RAS 253 and move that into the fourth semester and allow those seniors in their fifth and final semester to focus more on being prepared for their board examination.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have anyone have any questions or comments for Mary? Then all in favor, please raise your hand.
We're good.
All right, lower your hands.
Thank you so much.
Any opposed? Okay, and that item has passed. Thank you very much. that is the only item this month. I feel like that's good for me because I feel a little rusty. I haven't run a meeting in a couple of months here. Before we get to the watermark demo, I do want to show the dates and deadlines at the meeting so everyone is aware. They are posted on the portal in the curriculum page as well as Blackboard. And so the next meeting will be held on March 2nd. The deadline for the deans to have it approved to the curriculum committee office is February 6th. So if you have any items, it's best to get them to the dean prior to this deadline that you see, February 6th, March 6th, April 10th, so that the dean has enough time to review that and send it to the curriculum office. And watermark updates. I'm going to walk you through how to log in as well as where to find training materials and how to submit and also how to review in Watermark today. This PowerPoint is loaded in in the Blackboard course. We're going to maintain a Blackboard course to hold training materials and the recorded curriculum committee meetings. I will be trying to update that to Ultra soon, but that's where we're going to have all the training materials. So you could find the recorded version of this meeting today and also the PowerPoints if you need to refer back to them. Due at the end of last fall, which would have been December, the departments and faculty were to have all the course level outcomes updated and matching in the assessment platform and the curriculum platform of Watermark. They were also to review all the master syllabus and input the new instructional strategies as well as review the other fields to make sure they're accurate because we wanted everything ready to go with real curriculum work starting this spring. So most of you did that and thank you very much. Some are still doing it. The reason we haven't turned on the emails is because every time we approve one of these course level outcome or master syllabus outcome, it would send an email to everyone at the curriculum committee, technical review committee, all the deans. So we didn't want that occurring if they weren't real curriculum changes. So they're still not turned on, but we will do that shortly. All right, let me show you. I'm going to have to do a screen share here. When I do the screen share, I'm not going to be able to see if you raise your hand. So if you do raise your hand, let me know who it is if I can't make that out. Can you see my Blackboard screen right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And if for some reason you stop hearing me speak or stop seeing my screen, somebody alert me. So here's the Blackboard curriculum page. It's going to look different, obviously, when I move it to Ultra. On this link right here, Watermark Training. This is where you're going to find a bunch of materials. I did email 2 documents to the deans to disseminate to faculty today. There's a lot of training, and I don't want anybody to get bogged down thinking that you have to read all of it. As of right now, I do believe the top 2 that I have listed here are probably the best to help you submit curriculum. So we're going to go through that today, but it's a step-by-step on how to submit curriculum if you needed to do a revision or a new curriculum. And then the watermark tips is, let's say you decided I want to change the course description, exactly where to find that in Watermark, or if you wanted to change one topic, where to find that in Watermark as well, because there are 2 different tabs and 4 different forms in Watermark. So that one will identify which tab to go to and which of the 4 forms. If you want to log into Watermark, there's a login directly from this page. There's also a login for Watermark. If you're on the portal and you go to Faculty Resources, click on Curriculum. That will bring you to the curriculum page. On this page of curriculum, you will find the dates and deadlines up here. I don't know if you can see my cursor, probably not. Then the course outlines, there's a little table on the right side. It says resources and links. You see the course outlines. Those are all the old course not old, but those are the Word documents we used to use that have all been put into Watermark. And then the last portion of this table is Watermark Connect, and that's how you could log into Watermark. Real quick, go back to this training. I mentioned to you the top two, or how to submit curriculum forms and Watermark tips are important. The reason there is so many, we did have to update the master syllabus. We did have to update course learning outcomes last semester. So I did a training sheet on each of those. There's one long video, and then there's short videos for each form. So you can see these short videos for each form, the curriculum form, course form, they're, I don't know, about 5-7 minutes long. Master syllabus, sectional syllabus, how to review and approve curriculum is in here. And then the long one is all of it together. It was 27 minutes. So that's why it's so many forms. But if you only want to do like the curriculum forms, just watch that video. I do believe that once you're in Watermark and you find out where you're at and where the forms are at, it is self-explanatory. When you log in, you're going to see this page. You're either going to go to curriculum management or syllabus management. Okay, those are the two tabs that hold the curriculum forms. Okay. If for some reason I wanted to go back to the assessment page, and I could click this upper right hand button and go to planning and self-study, that's where we do assessment work. But we're actually in curriculum work right now. Okay, who has a question? I have to go back here. Okay, Antigone, yeah, there's a lot of forms in. Now I'm lost. There's a lot of forms as well as I'm showing this to you right now. But, please be patient, watch this, and then we'll see what questions you all have. So under the curriculum management page, if I click on that, if I'm submitting curriculum, I'm going to use the top links. Whether I'm in the curriculum management or syllabus management, I use the top links to submit new proposals. If I want to submit a new curriculum, a new course form, a new master syllabus, or a new sectional syllabus. So those are the names of the 4 forms. The curriculum form is just like the curriculum form we used to use on Word document. Okay, so if you need to change the curriculum description or courses within the curriculum, then you're going to click on Revise Curriculum Form. Okay, I can also create a new or reactivate curriculum or inactivate, delete curriculum, depending on what you want to do. And I'll get to each of those. The old course outline, the first page of the Word document that we used to say was the course outline. The first page was actually called a course proposal, and it had the information that's in the catalog. The course proposal page of that course outline is now called a course form. So the first few items that you may need to revise for a course might be course description, the title, the credit hours, the course learning outcomes. That will be done on a course form. Okay. And we have revise course form. We have delete course form. And we have new course form. Okay. Now, again, I want to just bring this up here, Watermark tips real quick. Hopefully this page will open. This is all written for you, as well as you're verbally hearing it. Let's see if I can open this. Sometimes I get too many pages open, the connection goes bad. So here, revised curriculum form, what's on there? If you need to change any of these items that's listed under the curriculum form, if it's a stackable degree, if it's curriculum description, the credits, okay, program learning outcomes, if it's the course form, this is what you change on the course form. So whatever you're trying to change, this is the form it's on. And then down below is master, and we'll get to that in a moment. Is there a question that needs to be addressed right now? Okay, so if I want to revise a course, say I want to change the title, I open the revised course form. And you got to be patient. Sometimes it takes more than 10 seconds to load. There's a lot of courses. I'm going to pick the course I want to change. And open it. Information will populate from the catalog. You're free to change whatever you need to change at this point. Okay, you can change the course description, type new. You could, this is a core course. You could change type of gen ed if needed. The credits, you can change that. I'm going to delete this. I think it's self-explanatory at this point. You have to look, okay? If you were using an old course, if you were trying to make a change that you typically would use a course outline for, the Word version of the course outline, you're going to probably need to make changes on a course form and on a master syllabus. The course outline is really split in two. The important stuff that's in the catalog is on the course form. The information that's not posted in the catalog, like each and every topic, like each and every topical learning outcome, the assessment stuff, whether you're grading based on credit, based on labs or based on projects, that stuff is in a master syllabus. Anything that has a red asterisk is required. It won't save unless you enter that field. Course learning outcomes, those were supposed to be done in December. So if you need to update them, you could do that here. These course learning outcomes, which are on this course form, have to match exactly what's in the Planning and Self-Study Watermark platform or where you do your assessment work. We can't have two different course learning outcomes. So if you change it in one, you have to change it in the other. Whether you want to click general education learning outcomes, you can change that. You have to put in a rationale, what was changed, why it was changed, and evidence to support that change. And you could attach files if needed, chairperson's name and dean. Anytime you save something, you're going to have to click. I guess I could delete this. You're going to have to click save. And then you're going to have to approve this. Now, if you're the department chair, you're going to approve, say I did this, I'm the faculty member and the department chair, I'm going to approve it. If not, it's going to be sent to your dean at this point, and they're going to be able to review that and then move it forward. Same protocol we've always used for approvals. I'm going to remove this proposal because hopefully it won't. If not, I'll do it later. Okay. So that would be a revised course. If you open up new course, obviously none of the fields are there. You got to fill in everything. Okay. And if you're making a new course, remember, you have to do the course form and the master syllabus form. Think of it as if you were familiar with curriculum in the past. You had a course proposal page, course outline page. We smacked them together, submitted it. That's really the same thing here. It's a course form and a master syllabus. You've got to fill both of them out if you're doing a new course or revised course. You might find if you're only changing one small thing, it might be on one or the other. But typically, if you're revising a course or creating a new one, you have to do both the course form and the master syllabus, which you'll find under syllabus management. Okay, again, I can't see who's raising their hand or who's typing comments. So if it's something that I need to stop and address, please let me know. Otherwise, I will keep going. Maybe you're all just talking in the chat room. Curriculum form. If I want to revise a curriculum, obviously you want a new curriculum, every field is going to be blank. Revised curriculum. All the certificates, I believe, are under applied science, even if they're in the arts and science program. Here you'll find the different programs. Just randomly pick one. And then you pick which program you're trying to revise. It will populate from the catalog. So this thing talks to the catalog. Now, if you make a change and we vote on it in curriculum committee, it's not going to show up in the catalog the next day. It has to go to ICCB, and then we have to wait till it gets uploaded to the new catalog. So it does take time, just like it had. None of the processes for the way the curriculum committee, ICCB have changed. So it's going to take time once it's sent to the state. So this is where I think it's kind of self-explanatory. You enter each field, okay? You enter what you need to, just like it was the old form. But the good news about this is it already auto-populates a lot of the fields. You're not starting with a blank document. If you want to add a stackable degree, you could pick which degree you want to stack into it. Stackable certificate, which will stack into this. Again, any field with a red required an asterisk. You have to fill in or it will not save. If you're trying to submit it and it's not saving and you're frustrated and figure, why won't this save? Look back and see if you didn't fill in one of these fields. Curriculum description is here. The credit hours are here. I think if you enter them the first time, it will save. Susie could double check on that, but this is always what takes the most time for me is filling out the credit hours of the curriculum. Hopefully we do it that first time, it will save and not have to populate it each time you make a change. The rationale is filled out, and then what you'll see at the bottom portion here is, where am I? Program learning outcomes that we assess. These have to match what we're assessing in assessment as well. Just the course learning outcome, program learning outcomes have to match what you have in the assessment platform of Watermark. So if they're changed here, you got to change it in assessment. And then you will see the map. And I like this because you can move a course, ECE 110. I can move it down. If I want to get rid of it from this semester, I could delete it and add it to another semester. Add a course. You all want to add a course. It'll show up. I'm going to delete this one too. And there's the course. Okay. If it's a brand new course, say you're creating a new curriculum and a new course. I do believe you have to create the new course before it will upload into curriculum. The new course has to be created. We could do it simultaneously. If you work with Susie and I in the curriculum office, we could probably get it to show in Watermark, a new course show in Watermark, so you can add it to a new curriculum. But let us know if that's the case, because if you are creating a new course and you're trying to find it to put into your curriculum and it's not fully approved, you won't be able to find it. But you'll have to let Susie and I know if it's a new course. I'm just going to close that out. If you're going to delete a curriculum, we really don't need much to be filled out. You're going to open the deletion that you want to delete, fill in the required, if you're withdraw or inactivate, the department, and then the rationale. Because everything else we really don't need. That's okay. So we're under curriculum management. You have curriculum form, you have course form. Any questions on this before I move on to the master syllabus and the sectional syllabus? And I don't know what's going on in the chat room, but my guess is a lot. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Julia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're doing great.
Yep.
Okay. And again, remember, I do have a step-by-step, let's see here, how to submit curriculum in Watermark. Let's see if it's going to load properly. Dialog box is open. Okay. This is how to submit curriculum in Watermark. So 2 ways to access it, through the portal or curriculum committee Blackboard page. The 4 different forms are listed here, what they were called. The 2 tabs and what's in each tab is listed here. Determine what you want to update and where that's located. You can use the tip sheet. But at this point, I'm hoping you're all following, which form to use. And then if we need to update what we used to call that course outline, you're going to do half of it in the course form and then the other half in a master syllabus form. So you're going to toggle to both. Okay. If I want to change the title of a course and add new topics, title of the course is done in the course form. The new topics will be done in the master syllabus. Okay. And we'll get to reviewing in a moment. We're just doing submission right now. So if I want to create a new course, I'm going to have to do a new course form under the curriculum management, and I'm going to have to do under syllabus management, a new master syllabus form. I open that up, fill in all the forms. Nothing is auto-populating because it's new. You're going to fill everything out. And then here's modify master. So this is like a revision. If I already have the course there, I need to make a quick revision. I'm going to open the course, and this is where I think it takes a little time to load, I think.
No, just click on ARC 102.
Yeah. So this is to revise it. What you'll find at this point, don't be frustrated again. You're going to say, okay, I can't change these items up here, right? I can't change the course number. I can't change, what is this? A course learning outcome. Or I can't change the credits. Don't become frustrated. This is the stuff that's in the course form. So if you need to change this stuff that you can't edit in this master syllabus, that's because you edit it in the course form. It's not that you can't change it. It's just located on the course form. Okay? Course description. These items are the course form items. And that will load into this master syllabus. So everything stacks onto each other. The course form stacks into the master syllabus, and the course form information will then stack into the sectional syllabus, which is what the one you show your students. So this is the master. Business and technology. You can change this. I don't know if you needed to, but effective year, effective date. The recommended instructional strategies, they were new. And those should have been done. I know that Susie said there was some challenges that they weren't saving for a few days. Let me see. I want to just see if mine saved. I know I did mine a long time ago. Yeah, I know I did mine, so I don't know if they saved or not. All right, we're good. You know what? I think we have to look back at the archived one.
No, what happened was because we adjusted the strategies, we changed some of those. They have to re-tag them. I heard back from them today, so they'll save.
Do we have a record of what was submitted already?
Yes. I'll have to go
Okay.
back and check all those.
Okay. The recommended formative assessments, if you did these, when you open the box, the percentage will be showing there. Let's see, project. So you have to open it for it to be showing. Summative assessment, the same thing. Now, I know I did these, so we're just going to have to look back. If you would like to use other requirements, this is just an area for you to type information for the students, expected technical skills. These are not mandatory to enter. So if you don't feel like you need that, just leave it blank. The indirect assessment tools, textbook. Okay, all these fields are the same as what was on the course outline, the Word document in the past. If you don't need the field and it's not required, just move on. Okay, the rationale has to be filled out. If I don't put anything, it says required here, but the rationale has to be filled out. The names, the dates. So these here, CCC office use only. You don't have to fill that in, obviously. Here's your topical outline. So here's the topic. Now, again, it goes down as opposed to going horizontally like the table we used to have. So what you'll find is the topic comes first, then the topical learning outcome, the total the total lecture hours, the total lab hours, total clinical lab hours. Okay, and then it moves on to the next topic. So we used to have six columns. It was the topic, the hours, and then the topical learning outcome. This one goes downward. So you see the topic, topical learning outcomes, lecture lab. And then if I go all the way to the bottom, so mine have 15 topics or so. If I go all the way down to the bottom, total lecture hours, total lab hours, total clinical lab hours. And that used to be total at the bottom of the course outline. Okay, so no new fields, everything's exactly the same. Course form and master syllabus together take up what used to be on the course outline, the Word document. Then we have a sectional syllabus, which is the one you will hand your students or show your students. If you've never done it before, you're going to open up a new one if you haven't used this before, and you will see the information from the course form populates. And then if we scroll down, the topics will populate, the topical learning outcomes will populate from that master syllabus. What you will input here is your information. What section is it? What semester is it? What's your delivery mode? Where do we meet? Instructor name, email, phone number, conference hours, start and end date of the class. Additional materials is optional if you want to write them notes. Technology, supplementary textbook. So if you fill this out, you're going to be adhering to the 60/80 board policy. You won't be omitting anything. Last day to withdraw, you enter that. Graduation petition deadline, we enter that. Your own personalized grading, your own personalized course assignments, so grading criteria, grading scale, final exam date. You could add rubrics, you could add tables. I like that. I always do mine in tables for, as many assignments as you want. You could put the rubrics here. For the topic, you see the primary topic, the topical learning outcome, and then you could have a detail of your assignment here. If you choose to use this sectional syllabus, what week is it? And I'm going to have them do this type of project. I'm going to have them do this type of reading, this type of group work, whatever it may be. And you can add in tables. The good news about it's going to take time the first time you use a sectional syllabus to get it the way you want. Once you do use it the first time, it will be easier for you for subsequent semesters. You will open it and we'll see. I know I was starting. I don't know if anybody used it yet. I was starting one. It would pop up here if it was fully approved. Let me see if I could find mine. Well, it will approve. I don't know exactly how to find that right now. Syllabus dashboard, archive proposals. Let's see. But it will save, and then you just pull that up the next time you want to use it. Let me see something. A draft from submitter. If you're not fully done, it should show up here if it's just a draft. From my items. All right, I'm going to get back to everyone on how to find it once you have a draft. I know I didn't finish mine yet. Okay. So far we have gone over which forms to use when. What are the questions for how to submit proposals before I move on to reviewing them? There's 30 chats. I don't know, 30 people. What are chats? All right. I'm going to send everyone the video. Okay, so I think we're all good with how to submit. You've got to use it. Okay. I sound such like a teacher. You have to do it to learn. But I do think most of it is self-explanatory once you find out where you're at in Watermark. The hardest part is finding out where you're at. To do reviews. So now for any administrator, dean, department chair, member of curriculum committee, member of TRC, you have to know how to review. What will happen? I'm going to just start here. What will happen when we're reviewing? So there are some course learning outcomes and master syllabus that still need to go through to final approval. Once we get them cleared up, we'll turn on the emails. And if a faculty member submits a curriculum, a course of curriculum, then they submit it. The first email will go to the department chair. The department chair approves it. It's going to go to the dean. The dean approves it. It's going to go to the curriculum committee. And you'll get email notifications along the way. When you get an email notification, you're going to go in here, and I would highly suggest checking both the curriculum management and the syllabus management. The approval process is below this middle purple line. So this is your dashboard down here, where you see VIC down through radiologic technology, which we approved today. So this is your curriculum dashboard. If you click my items, it's items you submitted. Now you see I have a lot because I'm an administrator, but you should only see the items that you submitted or that you need to approve. For TRC and CCC members, you're going to be looking at everything in the curriculum dashboard. If it's you're the submitter or you're a dean, you're only looking at the ones you need to approve, although the deans are in the curriculum. Archive proposals are ones that were already fully approved. See, it says workflow is fully approved. That's another good thing about this. You can see where in the workflow this is at. So I'm back to my curriculum dashboard, and I can see this one was returned to submitter. This, the PHY 102 is at the department chair, so the person is waiting for the department chair to approve that. The radiological technology, it was at technical review committee. So we were waiting for the technical review committee to look that over. So these are the items you're going to want to look for. Technical review and curriculum committee, as well as the deans. When Susie's going to send out an email again, or I think I do, when it's time to review, we'll say, okay, look in your curriculum dashboard. If you're a member of the TRC CCC, review all the items in the curriculum dashboard for the next month. You will be able to see items in here if you are a department chair or a dean from other areas. For reference, you don't necessarily have to review them, okay? I keep saying that, but the deans are on the curriculum committee, so they should be reviewing them anyway. So then we get to, I'm going to show you, we had this radiology today. If I open that up and I'm a reviewer, the first thing that happens is I see what was filled out. But this is just going to tell me, what was done, but not necessarily what specifically changed. So what I'm going to do as a reviewer is I'm going to go here to compare versions on the left side of the page. And you'll see in red what was changed. Now, sometimes it's red. It doesn't mean that the item changed. It just meant it was blank the first time it went through and that one was entered. So I just go through here and I say, okay, this is the right program. The department seems right. The area of studies seems right. The degree seems right. The effective date, effective term. Okay, anything here which is in blue font and it wasn't changed to red font, that means it's not changed. It's already been approved that way in the past. So here's the program prerequisites that change. It just comes up, real bold and says, this is what the revisions are for this particular course. So I know the prerequisites changed. Okay. Again, sometimes it's just the first time entered. I don't think the credit hours changed for this first time. So that showed up in red. And I just assume, okay, that was just because it had to be entered the first time. The course is revised or moved. The rationale is here. As a member of the review committees, you definitely look for the rationale. That helps me when I'm reviewing. I actually read the rationale before I even look at anything else. There's looks like there was trying to be a file uploaded here, the advisory minutes. Let's see if I can find that. here's the file. It looks like you have to go back to that first page to get the rationale document uploaded rather than on this page. The dean, the chairperson, program learning outcome did not change. I'm only looking for things in red, really. Here's the class that changed, right? They switched semesters, so we see that here. When I am ready to make a comment, I'm going to, okay, I was on the, we call it track changes. I was on the compare doc. I'm ready to comment. I'm going to go back to that primary page that I first opened. And I could add a comment here. Now, it doesn't work for anyone but Susie and I right now. We're working on that with Watermark for the last 6 weeks. Add a comment here. And then when I click this, then that shows up in the audit trail below. When this works properly, and we're really on Watermark to get this to work properly. Right now, what's happening is if you are not Susie or I and you try to add a comment, you're typing here and you're clicking and it's not showing up below. I have put in multiple requests with Watermark. We're at this point that we're yelling at them. It will work soon. And that says a technical review committee or curriculum review committee. What I want you to do now is, if you like it, just put approve. Do something so we know it's working for you. If you don't like it, change this. Okay, and then the submitter will be able to go back periodically during that week of review that we have. Usually it's from like a Thursday or Friday to the next Wednesday. The submitter will be able to go back and read these, just like they did in Blackboard, but they're going to see it in order right here and say, okay, all right, I forgot I have to do that. And then they can make the changes. If the submitter makes a change in anything, say they want to change this, they have to click save again. All right. Otherwise it won't change. So that's how to review. And it's going to be the same for every form. If you don't click any approve right now. The only people, once this goes live, the only people we want approving are going to be the faculty member who submits it. You approve it. That'll send it to department chair. Department chair will approve it. And then the dean will approve it. But after that, if you're a member of the curriculum committee or TRC that is just reviewing things, don't hit approve or final approve. Okay. The only people I want, department chair and dean, is to hit approve to send to the curriculum committee. Because what happens is if you are a member of the TRC and you hit final approve, everything saves. All right. So TRC, don't hit any approvals yet. Curriculum committee, the only people that should be hitting the regular approve, not the final approve, is the dean, to send that to the curriculum office. Once the curriculum office has the item, Susie will handle the final approval. Now, as a dean, you can also, or department chair, you can also click return to submitter if you don't approve it. If it's so bad that you can't even add a comment to fix it, then just hit return to submitter. Okay. All right. What are your questions or comments?
Quick favor to ask of you.
Say it again.
Okay, I have a quick favor to ask of you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Can you scroll to the bottom of that document?
This is what am I on? I'm on revised curriculum form. This one?
Yep. If you could go to the bottom real quick.
Yeah, I'm on the bottom, or this side?
No, you're good on that side. Okay. I just submitted 2 courses. I've submitted my name and Jennifer's name, not our email addresses, at the bottom of the forms for courses. Is that correct?
You submitted a revised course form?
No, brand new course form, 2 of them.
Okay, so what are you asking me?
At the bottom where it says chair and dean, do we type our names in or do we type our emails in?
Oh, let me find it.
That's not on this form.
The name,
Here.
you would do your name.
That's what I did.
Like this? Like this area?
Yeah, okay, I did it correctly. I just put my names in. I didn't put my titles in. You don't care about titles, right?
I don't know if anybody else does.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sweating here to make sure that this thing works. So what else? What are the other comments or questions? Go ahead and just say the question. Unless it was a comment, I can check the chat room.
Julianne.
Okay. Mhm.
Julianne, this is Francis.
Yes.
How do you, like, I have a lot of courses that have programs that have several required courses, and then you can choose program electives. How do you do that in there?
Okay, so you've got a program with program electives. All right.
Yep.
So let me open a revised curriculum form. What's one of the programs?
Well, construction technology.
There is a way to create an elective grouping.
And that one's not loaded at all either. So, oh, it's got the curriculum. Okay, keep going. So at the bottom usually are the electives.
Yeah. What's this one? This is semester 4. Okay, so that's semester 4. Here's your general program electives. So you can add a course and delete a course here.
Okay.
And then if you want to change the electives in a particular semester, there's a way to do that too. Add a course. What is it? COT?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could put anything.
COT. Okay, you can add the, you can add any particular course. I think you go further down. There is a narrative where you could just add electives.
Because they're shown in there, but if I've got a new one where I want to add electives, like I want to change renewable energy to have electives.
Under NAR, they're found.
Where is it? You enter NAR. Okay, add a course. NAR, narrative courses.
NAR is for, okay.
Right.
And then you have you could if something is there's a long list of things you can add here as an elective. If you find that you need something that's not listed here, like here it says program elective 1 credit hour. If you find that you need something that's not here, let Susie know and we can add a new one. Take 1 credit. So here's your options. Add electives.
The new ones use the take credits program electives or take credits general elective. Those are the newest ones that will work. Okay.
Could we have a CTE time where I'm just filling out forms and somebody's around, like Susie or Julianne?
If I could find the time, yes.
Or Susie, just so somebody's there so you can ask a quick question rather than being stuck.
Mm-hmm. What I could say is I could try. Let me try to figure something out with my schedule.
Thank you.
Any other questions? As you can see, we're kind of learning together, all of us.
Julianne?
So I'm doing the best I can to convey the information. I say this to Susie. I don't talk to Susie every day, but most days. And every time I talk to her, I tell her it's going to take time for this to work properly for all of us. Because we're going to find things, as Susie and I do every day, that we want changed, little things. And we have to work with Watermark to expedite those small changes, but Watermark takes a long time to get back to us. I'll be honest with you. I have been asking them about that add a comment feature for 6 weeks now. It was before Christmas, and I'm really frustrated. But eventually, we will find the solution and keep working till we get that expedited. So everything's not perfect right now, right? It's the first month we're using it. I want to say by May, I think it's going to work much smoother for everyone. I think you'll all know it as long as you spend the time looking into it. Even if you don't have to change a curriculum, I would advise you to go in and pretend like you're changing a curriculum to learn it. And in a year from now, I hope this thing works perfectly. But right now it's working 90% of the time, which is pretty good. I can tell you I love the program. I think it works great. We just got to get used to it.
Julianne?
Uh-huh.
I just want to tell you, because, I told you, I've been contacting you and Susie because it just isn't, I told you what's been happening. I won't bore everyone else with it, but it looks today, I went ahead and logged in for this, and it looks today like I would be able to finally make all the final changes I need to make for my syllabi. So I don't know what happened, but I think it might be fixed. That'll be one less thing for you to worry about.
Right. Tell you, Susie's been working on this watermark platform and emailing watermark every day to get things. And you're going to find errors. Let me know. Nicely let Susie know. Susie and I are not computer programmers, but we had to develop this essentially on our own with very small guidance from Watermark. But, this is the best we can do not being computer programmers. I think the system is going to work great in a year. I think we're just learning, What else are your comments? You know what, Antigone, it's going to be so much easier for submitters and curriculum committee to review. It really will be when we get used to it.
Yep, I agree. I'm doing the certificate right now, and it is just a list form. So I'm leaving things blank, and you guys will tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm hoping. I know. But I like the way you fill it in. I also like the preview feature that shows it to you on the website. I know it's fake, but I like it. It's actually
Yeah.
very nice. I like this interface.
And I
Nice
didn't
job. Thank you guys.
I didn't
Thank
have
you.
time to show everything, but look at how quickly Antigone filled that out. I can open her curriculum right now. Okay. And I could compare versions to see what she changed. So if she's working in her office, I'm working in mine, and she needs help, I could tell her what needs to be done. And I think she's talking about this preview. So what she did, what will it look like in the catalog? I forgot to mention that. So thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah, I see a button. I hit it.
There you go.
I like
Robotic
it. See, that's
welding.
cool. Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
I think that's beast. I
Now,
think I got the prereq thing screwed up, but I like it. Sorry.
Yeah, and once you make the submission, again, it will show up in the dashboard. As I'm a reviewer, I can review these items. And just know until we from the curriculum office and we hit the final approval, it's not going to show up, up here, right? So once we hit the final approval and then say a year from now you want to make a change to that course, then you're going to see the changes. If you are a submitter and Antigone, you realize you wanted to change something on what you already submitted, do it from the dashboard. Don't do it from up here again. Do it down here from the dashboard. You could enter something else and then click save. Okay, so once you have something in submission, reopen that submission to, and I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, just reopen it in here. Otherwise, it'd create a whole new file if I went to the top.
If you went to the top, you'd have to put everything exactly in again.
Well,
Now,
I think it's like a brand new, it's perceived as a new submission if I pulled from the top. Right.
It will. Now, you can also, if you don't want this anymore, I believe you could delete it if you don't want it.
If I click on it, there's an option at the bottom that says I changed my mind. Actually, it's on the left side. I think it said I can pull my request. If you click on the 09, on the left side, you see it says there's an option that returns to submitter for me. And then on my end, I see an option where I could say pull the request.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Julianne, it's Sue.
Yes.
I just want to really thank you and Susie. You girls have been working so hard on this. I'm surprised you have any hair left in your head. I've walked in the office and seen ready to pull it out on many occasions. And I know that Watermark has not been the easiest vendor to work with. Susie's getting really good at reading manuals that she doesn't want to read instead of getting a quick answer. So I really appreciate this change is hard, but this will be an easier method when it's all said and done. So thank you so much for your help and your persistence in making this work for everybody.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
I do think it will make things easier.
Julianne, I'm not going to miss having to download everybody's curriculum and then delete it all from my computer when I'm done. So that'll be nice just to do it right on the form.
I think as a reviewer, it's going to go quicker too.
I do too. In fact, I'm sure of it.
And when we send a comment to the submitter, they should get an email alert as well. But for now, if you're a submitter, go back and check. We actually asked Watermark for a meeting Monday if they don't solve our add a comment issue by then. But they said they're working on it. It's just going to take time. They sent us an email today. They're working on it. It's just going to take time to add a comment. So there we go. Any other comments or questions? Play with it and see what you have. Definitely send us constructive criticism, and we'll refine that with Watermark. And that is what I have for you today. If I have the recording here. I will send that out to the curriculum committee and TRC. And you could definitely go to the training Watermark training. But then if you have questions, call Susie and I or email Susie and I. I took a question today from Sandra Bowling, and we were on the phone for 10 minutes. She felt much more confident, but I said, if you still have questions, then I would meet with her on Monday. So I know it's going to take time to learn. And that's really all I have for you today. Look at that, 3:30 on the dot. I will stop the recording now.